Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everyone, welcome to the discussion for Star Wars Rebellion, which is a re-upload for the channel. I did this discussion and run through years ago, but here's a brand new play. I think I did it with the base game, and then I did a review over the expansion. So here's one with everything included. And I gotta say, my opinion on this has not changed in the slightest. Like, I very much do not have a good time playing this game. I think that it's for a particular group of people, mega Star Wars fans, I think. But this is just not a game for me. It doesn't feel like a cat and mouse game. It's just kind of like it's watching the round track tick on from both sides, because as the Imperial player, keeps taking forever to find him, then it's like, all right, well, I don't know where you're at. And then, you keep completing objectives, or even if you're not, it's still, time's ticking for me. I don't like that. And then as the Rebel player, I don't like feeling like my back is up against the wall the entire time, where you really just, I hope that I can roll dice well enough to stop you from doing stuff so I can finish some objectives. If the game is balanced, which I don't think it is, I just don't think it's fun. But Brad, you were the Star Wars fan. What do you think of this game?
I like it because of the theme, and that's it. It's just plain and simple. I especially playing from this side.
Yeah.
Because every time I tried to do something, it was either boned by dice or by the battle cards, and it just totally ruined So anytime I started getting excited a little bit, then it was just like, oh, nope, that's wrong. That's about right.
And it feels anticlimactic, too, because it's like, I don't ever really feel like to counteract you, I do anything clever. I'm just like, I'm going to put Darth Vader in there, and I'll roll 3 dice, and lucky me, or unlucky you. Like, I happen to roll equal to what you got, or 1 more, and that's that. So then it just, it all still boils down to die rolls to kind of do anything. And that's kind of boring in a game that like this. Like, I can't really get immersed in the theme whenever that's the case. It's like, there were some times where, I had a cool combo in my hand, and it would have been super sweet thematically, but it would have been frustrating for you because, for example, I had a card in my hand called Collect Bounty, which I used Boba Fett for. Roll 3 dice, and then he gets an automatic 2. He captures a rebel leader, and then he can move to the nearest system that has an Imperial unit. So if I had played a certain way, like for example, let's say I had a unit still on Tatooine, and I capture one of your rebel units, I move him to Tatooine because I have another called Make an Example. And it's with Jabba, and you attempt against a captured rebel leader in a remote system like Tatooine, and that leader's eliminated if you succeed. So it's like thematic things like that are super cool if you can combo them off. But it's like I would have to do that. That would be a combo that would be kind of worth it. I'm gonna leave one in Tatooine just to be in it, and then Boba Fett takes him over there to Jabba because he works for Jabba, and then they throw him in the Sarlacc pit. And it could be Luke, and this is one of those things where, Luke actually did get pushed in. He didn't, catch an R2 fucking lightsaber out of nowhere. But I kind of feel like those examples are few and far between, where stuff like that can be fun.
I think it's just one of those things. In the last couple of games, it's like I did nothing exciting. At all. Like, the coolest thing I did was free a person.
Obi-Wan?
That's it. Because I tried to take out Vader, failed.
Yeah.
I tried to build some cool stuff on there, failed. I tried to do this, failed. It was just like, there was nothing. Yeah. Actually, I guess the coolest thing is I got a Yoda ring around Luke.
Yeah, you went to Dagobah and trained.
That was it.
Yeah, I mean, and you only failed because just dice didn't go your way. And there's very, very few ways to mitigate dice.
And why there's all this plastic
The
when I
rebels.
maybe put 3 things out after my starting deals.
Yeah. Well, because that's the other thing, is you would have had a bunch of units because you were getting...
Yeah, I had spread out.
Right,
stuff,
and then
but-
I just happen to have one card that's just
Yeah.
like, oh, all right, yep, turn all those neutral. And I think that was actually, that was one of your objectives, was to be like, have all the populous systems in one region to be loyal.
Yeah, because I was going to do that, and then when you wipe that out, my next one was I was going to use it because I was going to do because that was what one of these was to do that. And I was gonna move
yeah.
their next turn to do that.
Yeah, but then I got the fucking secret station.
And then I tried to take out your Death Star, and
Yep. And so it's
because
just...
I didn't play one of these cards, I wasn't able to do that.
Right. Yeah, this is one of those games that's like, it's weird. It's pretty simple, like, I think, to learn. And don't get me wrong, the theme is very much here. It's not like it's an abstract, weird game that has a Star Wars pace on theme. No, it's very much Star Wars in a box with all the cards, all the different, aspects from the original trilogy. It's all here, and Rogue One. But the gameplay just kind of, it heavily, this is the biggest criticism I have for it, heavily leans towards, I've played this more than you, therefore I am going to do better than you. Even with dice being a mitigator, it's like, nope, I know what to search for in the projects deck. I know what to do for objectives. Because the rebels aren't supposed to fight. They're literally just supposed to kind of just constantly move and keep getting loyalty, because that's how you get a lot of your units to be able to potentially do a fight. And really, they're on the defensive the entire time. The only card that... can I see your opening hand? The only card that I was surprised you didn't end up doing, but then again, I had no idea Nal Hutta was where you were at. I was just kind of guessing. Because I was really hoping, because I was looking at my probe cards. I knew you didn't have Endor, and I checked for Hoth. But I was like, is he on Naboo? Because then I was thinking, oh fuck. If it's not Nal Hutta, I have moved my Death Star so far over that it's virtually out of the game. Because it's very slow, like, to move it. But the only thing that I was surprised that didn't come up was your rapid mobilization. Like, I thought you would have moved it. Yeah, because you choose one. Establish a new rebel base. If 2 leaders are assigned, you draw 8 probe cards instead of 4. Which lets you... Oh shit, he's moving the Death Star towards Nal Hutta. Oh, I better bail.
Yeah. By the time that was coming here, though, I really didn't care. So I was just like, let's just get it over with.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And I was definitely in the same boat too. Like, yeah, it's just I don't know. I'm trying to think of things that I like about it. If you're a Star Wars fan, I would imagine that you would be really into this.
By theme alone.
By theme alone. But, I mean, then again, a lot of people really raved about it back then. I think people still rave about it.
Now, like I said, if I,
Yeah.
I don't know if it would be different going from the other side or what.
Right. From my perspective, I don't like either side.
Right.
Even from a game perspective. Galactic Empire is just kind of like you keep searching, and if someone is rebel, hopping a lot, then you're like, oh man, they might be there. And then even whenever you are drawing probe cards, there's a lot of times where the cards that allow you to, like, oh man, are you in Kashyyyk? No. And then you're like, okay, well, I'll draw some probe cards. Oh man, I got Kashyyyk and one that I already have placed people on. Oh, actually, funny enough, the next card was Kashyyyk. Or Rylith. Well, I know that wasn't up, because you already started there. So it's just not a fun hidden movement game for me, as the Empire. And then the other thing you do is you just combat the whole time, and combat, I think, is incredibly boring, even with the expansion. The expansion definitely significantly makes combat better, because you actually get to kind of choose, and if you have special units in combat, it's like, oh man, I get this better power. And that's my one-time use for the combat until this deck runs out. But then it comes down to die rolls, and that's that. it's just not fun. This game's just I don't find it fun in any way. Was there anything that you did like?
The art.
The art.
I guess there was potential, and
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's not the worst game in the world I've played.
Yeah.
Obviously, I mean it's not, but the dice give me major, not just in color, but it gives me a major X-wing
Oh yeah.
vibe, where the dice just there's so much put on the dice, and one, like you had said earlier, one card can completely ruin everything.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, when you wipe this out, all that production that I had and everything just went away,
Right.
and a reputation and everything.
Right.
And it was just like
There
you
is,
know.
yeah, there is a risk reward aspect that is kind of interesting, and it's with your leaders. Is that if you send all your leaders out on missions, yeah, you're going to be able to do quite a bit with missions because mission cards are huge. But that also is allowing your opponent to do whatever they want
Right.
because you can't then oppose it. So it's like trying to keep a few people back to do so is a strategy, and that's why you take turns doing so. Because you place, it's like if I'm sitting here, there are times I would wait for missions to be like, okay, who is he? Crap, he still has Leia out. Shit. And then I try to I would try to use my missions in a different order, trying to stall out so you would send someone who could oppose and probably beat me out, and it's like, oh, okay, now I can kind of do what I planned on it. So there is that is interesting. I like that dynamic of kind of reading what your opponent might do. But other than that, yeah, if you completely... But, like, new players aren't going to know that. They're going to want to be, like, do the cool missions and get involved in, like, the story stuff, like the what if of Star Wars. And then it's like, okay, I'm going to do this. You don't have anyone. I captured him. Okay, I'm going to interrogate him. I'm going to do this and just constantly just steamroll you with my mission cards while I kept people behind for your crucial, I need this to do something cool. And it's like, I'll send Boba Fett out to oppose, and I rolled higher than you, and that's that.
Well, and then also this entire game that we played, what were we in? 6 different systems, maybe 8. And that's the only ones. Like, none of that got touched.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're right. Yeah. That's true. Yeah. Really, it's the entire part of the Empire is to just kind of spread out. But because I had so many probe cards, it was like, well, I know it's not anyone near me because I have those cards, so it can't be that. So my guess was either one of those two, Toydaria and Nal Hutta, and then I was like, well, maybe Naboo. Because I like the fact that as the Empire you can ask, like there are ways for you to get information and draw additional probe cards to find it, but the fact that you were drawing objective cards that were not beneficial or helpful in any way,
Yeah,
I don't know.
Because there's like 30-ish, give or take, spots.
Yeah.
And you start out on how many? You
5.
You only started out on 5?
Yeah. Because you draw 5 cards, and 2 of them are subjugated, 3 are loyal, and then you
Right.
have 3 that are loyal. So I started out on 5.
And then, then there's the 3 that are loyal, but I could be in one of those still.
Yes.
So
25 total locations, I think is
So 25 total?
counting
Okay,
the one
well,
that you were at.
So
Oh, no, that's
20.
not true. I'm sorry. No, there are 30 because 5 are the Imperial ones that get taken out. So yeah, I mean, you're right. It's not even... This isn't a war game by any means. I would definitely call this hidden movement. But at the same time, it's like you're the one that's hidden, but you're not moving. So you're kind of relying on objectives to shorten the game. Because I think I have won as the Rebels because I was able to stall out enough and then just be like, oh, okay, here's some freebie objectives, and then
Right.
that just shortens the time.
yeah, because I think I had the potential of doing... Well, you got rid of the one that was going to
That was the one that let you discard 2
That was going to
objectives.
be a give me.
Yeah.
So I maybe had, within a couple of rounds, I could have gotten 4 points.
Which is huge.
You know.
And there are
And
ways...
that's if I destroyed that, which
Yes.
was
Which-
a complete
which-
shit show, because if I would have played this card, that would have been gone.
Right.
I mean, that was...
Yeah, and
that was a
technically...
misplay, but...
Right. And you were kind enough to let me reassign damage for misunderstanding the card. But at that point, if it was probably closer, you would have been like, nope, you misread it. Which is fair, because I did. But that is kind of another negative of the game, is that if that was destroyed, then it's like, all right, let's keep going.
Another hour and a half down.
Exactly. And this game is long.
Yeah.
And I do not like Star Wars enough to want to be involved in it that long. And because I've played this a ton, especially when it came out on both sides. Like, in fact, whenever I was playing, I can't think his name was Nathan. We would play like twice in a row as one. I'd be the Empire, then I'd be the Rebels. And once we saw everything that the game had to offer, I was like, yeah, I'm over it. Like, once you see that Obi-Wan can do cool stuff, that Luke become Master Jedi, you can get cool cards that, if Master Jedi's, if Master Luke is on this, then you get to do this badass thing. Like the first game we played with the Lore of the Dark Side. Oh, hey, yeah, if I do this against Luke, then he's just mine, and he's Dark Side, Sith Luke, and you lose reputation. And all that stuff is really, really cool thematically. And if you can get them to happen and you're super into Star Wars, you go to Star Wars conventions, you only dress up as, Star Wars characters, you only watch Star Wars porn, then this is going to be the game for you. For me, I only wanted to play it because I knew you wanted to give it a shot, and I was like, oh yeah, we can redo it for the channel. It's been a long time. But there's not a lot of interaction, I don't think, either. Like you said, half of the stuff was never touched. There was never a reason for me to move. The only reason I moved these over here was because I was like, maybe he went to Hoth. Because I was like, oh, maybe he thought in the first game, I was like, you're in Hoth. And you're like, oh, I will choose Hoth.
Yeah.
Then I got to pick it, and I was like, oh, okay, nope, he's not there. Granted, whenever you drew 8, you could have drawn Hoth and then move your base there, which is cool. But it's kind of a crapshoot. I think luck plays a way bigger role in this game than it should.
For in a long game. Luck is frustrating in a long game.
That's true. We had the same complaints in X-Wing as well.
Yeah, a shorter game, then it's
Yeah, if this was like an hour,
right.
like this game would be a blast, I think, in an hour. If you could rapid like fire like the cool theme stuff, the cool what if theme stuff, I think it'd be awesome. But it's very, very slow. At the same time, it was almost about 2 hours to do it. Potentially, actually, it could be short. Like if someone's getting cocky and they just go, and they're like, "I'll do Alderaan," and then you move all in there and land in and kill them. It's like, okay, I found you.
Yeah. I kept finding myself like every turn I needed to spend some way to move, and then I need to play this card. Every turn, that was what I did.
Yeah.
And I did this every turn, the whole checking those things.
Yeah.
So I was playing the same cards every turn practically. And what's this one do? Oh, I get to put one of my big ships on this 3.
Yeah.
I mean, there just wasn't anything like...
It wasn't anything like super cool.
Right.
Yeah. Because I felt like I had cool combos and cool stuff. I hardly ever touched my my stuff. I almost feel like it'd be better if both sides had objectives. Yeah. And it'd be cool if there was it wasn't a timer on the Rebels thing, if it was like a race to a certain amount of points. Like Twilight Struggle, for example, where both sides, it's one deck, but it's like both sides have those. Right. But I think people would have been more annoyed with a Twilight Struggle themed Star Wars game. It's neat thematically, having a Rebel base that you have to go out and find. But if any hidden movement game, Letters from Whitechapel or Fury Dracula is always long. Mind management, all that stuff, if it was always 2 hours, and it's like, nope, I don't want to do this. So, I don't know. The expansion I still think is a must. One, because it gives the game new stuff to play with.
Right.
And it's not like a major one that totally throws a wrench in things. It allows the Empire player to not start with a Death Star.
Yeah. Which
I think gives a leg up to the Rebels. But it can also be destroyed because it does have health. So, I don't know. You got anything else?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, on a scale of 1 to 10.
Oh gosh. I want to eventually do this again using that side, but doing what I've played so far and taking the theme into account. The theme has given it a couple points for me.
So it's a 2. It's a 0, but theme
I'm going
it's a 2.
to give this game, gosh, because I love the components. Like I love the little deals. I love seeing the plastics, the AT-ATs and all that stuff out there, and the Star Destroyers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
At this point, I gotta give it 5.
5?
I mean, so 2 points for Star Wars.
Yeah.
So 3.
Oh, God.
But 5 because of the theme.
I am not a major Star Wars fan. I will watch most of the movies and have a pretty good time, but I don't freak out over it like I do other genres. I have played both sides and don't really enjoy either side. But I think the game, I mean, it works, I guess, like, but I think I am going to agree with you, though. I'm going to give it a 5 as well. I do think that given the right combo of cards and if dice are equal on both sides, you can have a pretty good back and forth of constantly sabotaging other people's missions, and but it definitely favors. This is for one of those the people who we've both played it 10 times. You know, Twilight Struggle's the same way. If someone has played that game more than the other, they're going to win. But I will say I have played really clutch games on both sides where it's like I need to get I know where he's at. He cannot go anywhere else. I need to get my Death Star there to blow it up. And I need to reserve all these special abilities to stop him from preventing, or from him stopping me from blowing up the planet. And I've also played it from Rebels, where it's like, boom, 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 here's all these objectives that I met, and it goes from 14 to 8. All of a sudden, it's like, oh, fuck, okay, yep, and we have 2 rounds left before you have to try and win. So those can happen. And those can definitely elevate this game. Like, I definitely see if that happens and you're Star Wars fans, then this is like an 8, maybe a 9. Those experiences, though, are few and far between for me. So I am going to give this game a 5. So, components are really nice, though.
Yes.
Alright, so that's our thoughts on Star Wars Rebellion. Let us know what you think of the game in the comments below. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you. Hey everyone, thank you for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed the video. If you would like to see more of my content, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell to be notified whenever I upload any new content. If you feel like supporting the channel, you can go ahead and click that Patreon link to be taken to my Patreon, and any help is truly appreciated. Other than that, stick around for any other run-throughs or reviews or cool top 10s or whatever I feel like putting on. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.